This is Justin on Thursday, December 1st, 2022, looking at SPX daily. So we had a little bit of a pullback into these same lines we pushed through yesterday towards the end of the day. And we just had a really good resting day at a point where it really should rest and kind of pulled back almost to the 200. But we kind of had a little bit of a bounce off that too. So switching over to the 3 minutes, right out the gate, we had people getting in thinking, oh, I'm missing it. So they're buying. And then anybody who didn't get out yesterday is selling. And then some more buyers come in saying, oh, I missed the open. I'm going to get in now. So here we are with a close above the opening high. And then we do a little tiny stair step and we start to go down. And then, oh, wait, some more people come in and buy. They're trapped. And then we just crush lower. And so this is a really good double top, but we just didn't ever get a bull candle for a 10 EMA setup, and we just kept going down. And then we're like, I think the 200's like right here, but obviously we got our lines here. And then throughout the day, we kind of had some resistance from yesterday's close. So we, kind of all of these areas kind of ran back into that. We started to push a little bit above that into the close, did a little, or later in the day, did a double top there, swung back up, and ended up closing just below that. I thought, whoa, when we're right here, it's like, are we actually going to close bullish on the day? Because it was still a high wave candle, but it was actually about to turn green. If this got up a tiny bit higher, actually, it barely got back to the open price. So it was ended up coming back down a little bit, but really just kind of a choppy day. You can even see the RSI, like anytime it really spiked up, like these were all good times to just be selling. Even this, a little bit of selling, and this is just completely different from how it was. So like it really just oscillated, back and forth, strength, weakness, relative strength, relative weakness, all that kind of thing. All right. And if we look back yesterday, it was very much directional. We pegged, we pinned bullish, or overbought. Um, and we, had this quick, dip back down, and then, and that's not quick, but just not as big of a move back down. But then the whole rest of the day, like we stayed high on the RSI. The only time really was when we came back into the 10 EMA right here is when we pulled back in the RSI, but that was just a reset. We didn't even get to the point that we were oversold. So it didn't really signal, just looking at the RSI. So just thought that was interesting. Didn't really get any good 10 EMA plays. We had some good reversals come in. It's kind of hard to see here. At one point, I was down on a much smaller time frame chart, and this actually looks like an inverted head and shoulders on a smaller time frame. We just didn't get much of a retest over here. Otherwise, that would have been a nice reversal and quick play back up. Kind of a measured move from like the neckline to the top of the head. Back up here, that's about a 1-to-1 to there. It's a little bit more than that to go and play that up to kind of the 50% mark on this bear move, but also the same price that we closed at yesterday. So that would have been a great target. But that's not a 10 EMA setup. That's just kind of playing the reversal. So let me zoom out on this. So I was just kind of looking at the 4075 call and put that expired today. And you can see there was so much premium in this. Like this was opening up around 24, 25 for the call. The put, that was opening up around 8. That ran up to around 25. So like we had these prices up in the 20s, and both of them nearly expired worthless. We were even just kind of swinging back and forth here. We're into the close. The low is right in the 40.75 range. Like it almost closed with both options being worthless, which is crazy just thinking through all the premium that was baked in here, to start out the day, just because of the large move that we had yesterday. So all day today, you can see we were making lower highs on the put, and then we were kind of making a shallower lower low, so a little bit more of a wedge shape. And so that kind of shows up here where we were doing a little bit more of a wedge shape here, ever so shallow. At one point, it's easy to draw this as a triangle. That was a really bad straight line. That's meant to be a straight line through here, not at all a straight line. But yeah, so kind of like a wedge here, like this, and then we really just channeled. on the call, just back and forth to kind of the same price range. And it wasn't until late in the day that we started to kind of take out that low and then ran up again and then took out the low, all the way down almost to zero, which is just crazy. So um, that's just those options. I don't have a great play to look at on the options. Like we had some signals that we saw the confluence on things yesterday, but yeah, we didn't even have any bear candles here on the put saying, yeah, take that, you know, take that, buy the put, taking it, you know, short on buying a put. Didn't have a signal saying, okay, we got a bull candle on the call and it's moving below that. So none of those confluence signals anywhere today, like we looked at yesterday. I just don't even have a really good setup like that, other than just like this reversal thing here. But I wouldn't have played it, with these options are just so expensive. This was a little bit more reasonable, but still getting $100 risk on this, it wouldn't have been this option. Would have been maybe the 4100 instead, to kind of play that. But again, I was looking for a 10 EMA play. I was not looking for the move with some sort of reversal like that. So let me just zoom in here and see, do we get something that would have set up like that inverted head and shoulders shape in here? I guess a little bit, but this, I mean, even 4100, so I could have been buying at like 2 and I stopped down at 1. That would have worked. But then I'm only flipping out at 3, maybe 350. It doesn't even get up to 4. It doesn't even get up to 2R. It is, you're looking for this to have a bigger bounce. Like this could be, I'm drawing with the arrow, but okay. So if we were going to have a stronger day bullish today, building off of yesterday, I should have had an S curve like this and then just continued on up, right? And instead, we had a really good rest and actually have a bear candle. So if we actually move up tomorrow, we could have a bigger move. I can get the drawing tool to cooperate. We could have a bigger move up tomorrow or even into next week, because we've rested here, and we'll trap any bears that came in. Now, I would rather see it pull back to around like 50%, maybe even 4,000. I don't know exactly where 50% would be. But I think that would be a better kind of retracement to say, okay, yeah, let's cool off, let's rest a little bit, and then let's push a little bit higher. And then I think it's kind of it's better movement, the ebbs and flows in the market. It's better S curving to do that and then push back up to like 4,200, even go beyond to like 4,300. But if we go straight there, I think that's more telling that, okay, so many people are in this, so many people are expecting this to be, higher from here, and it'll be more likely that we will have a bigger reversal, bigger pullback. But if we can slow it down to move up, I think that could extend longer into a Santa Claus rally. We are in December now, so we'll see if we have something like that kind of playing out. But we have been down this whole year, so I don't expect anything to happen where we would be here. Let me just frame this up with this year. Let me just get this in. So we basically made the high. Yeah, we made the high of the year on January 4th, and it's been down since. Okay, so all of this, I'm trying to get all this on here. So all of this is 2022. We've been down ever since July 4th. I'm sorry, January. Did I say July? I'll have to, January 4th, beginning of the year. January, July, it's anyway. So the second trading day of the year was the high of the year, and we've been down since. I don't expect us to even get anywhere close to that. I don't even expect us to take out this high at 43.25 and 28 cents. I don't expect us to push through that this year. I think if we did that, or even if we got up there, I think it's something that we would just roll back down and we'd be in more of a sideways channel at this point. But I don't think we get the strength to get that far, especially if you consider that, I mean, we've already had a massive move here. Just to say that we would go up that much further by the end of the year, It's possible. I don't think we're gonna have that kind of strength, but I've been proved wrong before, and all my videos are out here, so you can see what I get right, what I get wrong, and I just keep on doing these videos. So don't know much of a trade setup, but that's what I got for today. So hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.